so-called flying saucers.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the SA. It's rotating.
Welcome to Kill the Stigma. So, I want to ask you guys a question. What do you think disturbed Tim Burchett? What is it? I'm going to show you a few clips of him, and we're trying to decode what he said. He said he was at a meeting, that he learned some information that people would know, they would become unglued. You know how we're all glued to our phones, our screens? It's like a Black Mirror episode, man. And we don't even know it, or we do and we don't care. We're just freaking glued. So he said that if we were aware of that, we would become unglued. I want to know, what do you think disturbed him? Is it the 46 videos of the UFOs that Lana Polina Luna said? Or is it the secrecy? The secrecy and the fact that the people in the top ain't in the top? Or, speaking of that, remember what Bob Lazar said? Like, maybe he's the asshole. Maybe we should keep this secret because this technology is legit world-changing technology. And if that's the case, and according to what I'm going to show you about what Tim Burchett said, if that's the case, then is somebody already using this world-changing technology against us? Or to keep us in check, to keep this from coming? And is that what's disturbing Tim? Because let's say that there was leaks. It could have been leaks upon a time. There could have been leaks, and if there was leaks, they could have got these people, made them disappear like the missing 411. No consequences would have happened. You know why? Because they have this tech, and no one's going to find out who they were. And if that's the case, would that disturb Tim Burchett? Because no matter who you put your top people in there, they can't decode this, because this goes deep, and the power of this is so insane. For all we know, they can have time travel tech and total stealth. I don't know, dude. Anti-gravity, you name it. What's going on? All right, let's go.
And really thinking about that now, I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure these guys should be allowed to do that. This is really powerful technology, and the world has really changed. I mean, we have a lot of crazy people doing stuff now, and nonsense transmits through the population at the speed of light. And, you know, I don't know. This can be a very powerful, world-conquering technology. And look, for 40 years, I think I've said this before, for 40 years, all the people in control of this information have all agreed to keep it quiet. And these aren't idiots. These aren't idiots for 40 years. You have a line of people that all have agreed, no, let's not say anything. No, let's not say anything. No, let's not say anything. There has to be a reason why. And if they all agreed to that, maybe I'm the asshole. No, really. Maybe they're right. And
all right, Tim Burchett's going to talk about coincidences here. And, you know, this guy works in Washington. He knows what's going on. He knows what's going on, to the sense that there's no such as coincidences. Which will take me to the drone flap 26, 27. Oh, man. So I apologize. This is what kind of sucks of, like, walking in a cold place. Like, your nose gets so runny. But, anyways, like, there's no such thing as coincidence, the man says. Then we're going to talk about direct energy weapons, lasers, advanced stuff, missing scientists, all the good stuff. Let's go. And what about what Bob said? Sorry. What about what Bob said? What Bob said, do you think there's already somebody with this tech running things? World-changing technology? World-dominating technology? it doesn't matter how high of a position you have, right? Whoever's got access to this, I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Nothing happens by coincidence in this town or around this town.
What we actually do know. We know that it was February 27th, a Thursday morning. Now, according to the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office, around 10 a.m., a repairman shows up at McCaslin's.
The news story that has been released. According to a U.S. official, the directed energy and laser counter-drone technology was in CBP's control, Customs and Border Patrol, when the balloon was mistakenly shot down near El Paso. In January, the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, signed an agreement for the Pentagon to loan the directed energy counter-drone platform to DHS. The official said the agreement was signed sometime in the last 30 days. Following the shoot-down is when the FAA closed the airspace, and they said a U.S. official could not go into specifics about what exactly the technology is, but it's some sort of direct energy laser, quote, is accurate to use. So again, this is a very, very experimental technology.
Whoa. Hold on. So you're telling me that, okay, so they gave these weapons to the people for the drones and Border Patrol, right? But then they're having this mystery drone flap, which is probably not anything related to cartels. So the FBI, DHS, comes and it's like, let me get that weapon, bro. Says he's alone, whatever. Maybe, dude, maybe these brothers know what's going on. Somebody get those brothers to talk. What are they called? I doubt they would. No, that's a military operation, but they do need scientists. There must be at least one or two scientists. Yo, somebody get those Tedesco brothers and figure something out. Get the information. And they get the loan because it's obviously not cartel related. They take this freaking drone down or a party balloon. Depends if you take the blue pill or the red pill. I don't know, bro. Like, which one did you take? We'll see the difference here in a minute, but that's not even important. Honestly, that's just kind of me irritated at stupidity. But let's continue with the story.
So the official story is the Pentagon gave this experimental laser. They gave it to CBP, and CBP shot it off in the middle of the night because they thought it was a cartel balloon, and it ended up being a party balloon. Literally, like one of those balloons you go, what is it, like Party City or something that you fill up with helium. That's the official story.
Yeah.
I don't know. You tell me what you think. I'm saying, again, because CBP's involved,
yeah,
it's possible. It's possible.
The story is so embarrassing that I'm inclined to believe it. And you see the way CBP operates. Like, these people are absolute maniacs. The fact that the Pentagon gave them some sort of directed energy weapon is insane. Completely insane. So yeah, if I'm the FAA guy that's running that airport and you see them shooting like space lasers at party balloons, I'd probably be like, you know what? We got to shut this shit down. We're doing it I'm sending a message. It's 10 days until you all tell me what the fuck is going on because this is insane. Yeah, that does kind of add up to me. To be honest with you.
I don't know. There's something about it that smells wrong. Cartel drones.
Wouldn't you come up with a better cover story than this, though?
Yeah, but come on. Government incompetence.
Party balloon.
So look, government incompetence is usually the right answer.
Yeah.
I will just say, again, for people who are in the UFO world, when it ends up being a balloon, it's like a meme. All right? It's literally like, oh, it's got to be a balloon. But it's always a balloon.
Usually it's a weather balloon, though.
Yeah, thank God for Sagar, man. He gets it. What's up, dude?
Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett is joining us. He's also a member of the Oversight and Foreign Affairs Committee. Congressman, good to see you. What do you think's going on here?
Well, I don't know exactly. I just know there are no coincidences in this town. These folks have disappeared or died mysteriously, and there's the only thing that ties them together is the fact that they worked on things that are dealing with outer space, whether it's UFOs or nuclear secrets or missiles or what have you. But I think we need full disclosure. When I'm in a meeting, in a closed door meeting, and I ask about the president's points on these, and then I'm told by some arrogant, unelected bureaucrat that the president is on a need-to-know basis, I think that says everything it needs to be said about what's going on. I think there's an arrogance, there's an underlying, and I talked to the president about this. I said, it's just layers of the onion, Mr. President. You peel one off and there's another one underneath. You put your top people in, and it's just too much to clear out in 4 years. And it's just, we've got a real problem, I think, in this area. And I think you've got some arrogance. When I sit in a meeting and some little punk with a man bun is sort of running the show, and you have decorated military officers in the meeting there that are basically unallowed to say anything, and you can read their faces what's going on.
Well, General McCaslin, he was not a minor player at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. He was there for more than 35 years. At one point, he was the top guy at that base, and he just disappears. His family has no idea what happened. Do you think the cases are connected, or do you think this is just some absolutely wild coincidence? Because all 4 of these people are also connected in some way.
Yeah, I think some of them could be a domestic issue, but I think overall, I think there is a connection there.
Okay, so you do think this is a conspiracy?
I don't think we're ever going to know, because it'll come out, and it gives enough time for the trail to go. You know, it's like when a kid in Washington, D.C. gets they find him dead, and they claim that he was mugged, yet his watch and wallet and he's got cash on him are not taken. But that's just the story that's put out, and that's what we believe. So yeah. I just do not believe this is by coincidence.
And people just do not disappear. And the connections between all 4 of these people.
Not in this day and age. No, yeah. You've got to have some real inside type of operation.
Okay.